everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And tonight let's take a look at a couple of the indexes. We're going to look at a daily chart here, in this case of the spiders, and then the 78-minute chart. Looking at the 78-minute chart, you can see on Friday we ended up with a squeeze. Last one here was a little weird, but it did kind of result in some selling. And this one looks like it wants to continue a little bit to the downside. I wanted to see how the S&Ps opened up. They are open. You can see we're down about 7 points. So obviously the spiders right now are closed, but that is indicating, at least at this point, a little bit of weakness. Not a whole lot. I tell you though, the one thing I always keep an eye on is when the S&Ps start pushing below that 21. It's just a sign that it opens up the door to more mayhem. I mean, we pushed here and bounced, but when we pushed here, we were able to actually go all the way down to the 89 period moving average. So it just kind of begs the question, is this just going to be kind of a test like this, or is it kind of an open door to something a little bit bigger? Looking at a couple of key stocks that I was watching, one of course being Tesla, as it's consolidating near the highs. I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. We're starting to get another 78-minute squeeze here. You can see the last 78-minute squeeze here actually triggered short. Some pretty decent selling. The 78-minute squeeze prior to that, though, triggered long, and we got a pretty big pop. So this will be a good one to watch and keep an eye on it. That'll be one I'm watching, and then the other one is going to be Netflix. Netflix also similar to the spiders. They hasn't pushed through that 21 EMA, but it did push through the 8, which just opens up the door to the 21 in this case, and you can see we got a squeeze on the 78-minute chart. The last one here did drive it down to the 89. This one's setting up right at that level, so this one could sell off a little bit more. And if we look at this from the context of what we learned this Saturday on the weekly options course, so for the weekly options, this is kind of my chart of choice. We've got the upper level and then the lower level, and on the 78-minute chart, the key bands that we're looking at. And you can see here, even with the 78-minute squeeze that triggered short, all that did is drive us down into this level, which when I see this is something where we can actually sell put spreads and up here sell call spreads. And so the question will be is on Monday, I'm going to be utilizing this chart, and if we can get down into this area, selling put spreads below this, okay? And so that's going to be what I'm going to be setting up, and I'm going to be going through all of the different key stocks that we talked about, those high beta stocks, and looking for those gap levels where we can take advantage of that. And then this is a quick review. These are the trades that I set up on Friday and reviewed these in Saturday's class, and then we'll be managing them in the live trading class on Tuesday. So for Priceline, did the call spread here at $35.18 away from the closing price on Friday. And then for NDX, so one of my favorite Friday trades there for the reasons we talked about on Saturday, and on this case went $61 in terms of call spreads, $69 instead of in terms of put spreads. And then, of course, also in the case of the NASDAQ, wanted to try and get filled on this one at $139 away. We couldn't get filled. Now, I will be doing the same trade on Monday morning, okay? And remember all the stuff that we talked about in the Saturday class. That is, if we can gap down on Monday morning, then we want to sell those 30 puts in this case, and that will be essentially low-hanging fruit ripe for the picking. And then on Friday, of course, did the same thing with SPX. And then, of course, talked about in detail just kind of like the key setup that I use for trading weekly options. And this keeps you right on track for both directional trades and the credit spreads. So if you go to simpleroptions.com/weekly, you'll come to this page where if you would like to participate in the 3 days of live trading, which is going to be this Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We already did the Saturday class, which was the 497 class. If you still want to, like, okay, you know what, all this stuff about weekly options, I really want to learn about it, see what's going on. Although this is closed, you can still sign up for the 3 days of live trading, get the Saturday class included, have time to review the Saturday class if you want to, but more importantly, join us for the 3 days of live trading on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, you don't actually have to review the Saturday class before, but you'll still get it and could review it later. The key thing on Tuesday is the opening trades that we're going to be initiating, learning how to defend those trades in a live environment, and then going over the trader psychology. But the big thing is on Tuesday. I call this the money day. That's where we initiate most of what I would call the high probability weekly trades during the week. Thursday is the buy and back day, okay? And after we place our orders on Tuesday to buy and back, on Thursday, whichever ones we still aren't out of, we will manage. And then we'll do the Thursday to Friday trade. That's a popular one. And then on Friday, of course, we have monthly options expiration, which we'll be doing monthly pinning, plus initiating trades on Friday to take off the following Tuesday. All right, so it's going to be an awesome 3 days there. If you've never done live trading, essentially, to put this in comparison, we're having a 3-day live mentorship in Las Vegas in October, and that is $5,000. So essentially, if you want to get 3 days of live trading for the comfort of your computer, this is a fantastic deal to do that. All right, we get started on Tuesday morning. Every time we've done one of these live trading weeks, people have said that they've made enough money to pay for the class, just from following the trades and then also from the techniques that they've learned, and whether they've had small accounts or big accounts, et cetera, et cetera. It's a fun time, great for really just kind of pulling all this stuff together and making money together. All right, simpleroptions.com/weekly. You guys have a great night, and looking forward to working with you on Tuesday.